Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. It has only been a week since we last saw each other, and it feels like a million years. I just can't believe it. Welcome. Here's your ounce of prevention chat. It's the time we get together and we talk a little more deeply about the topic of the ounce of prevention, which you can sign right up for at stephaniefinemd.com. I'd love for you to get it. And today is November 1st. Remember, it's 12:30 Thursday. 12:30 Thursday, this is when we meet. So it's the day after Thanksgiving. No, it's not. It's the day after Halloween. My mind is already, I'm in November. November means Thanksgiving. I actually saw there are Christmas movies on already. I'm already in that. And there was on... in the group, I put a, maybe it was my Facebook page. Anyway, there's a really clever cartoon that has trick-or-treaters coming, and they knock on the door and they say, trick or treat, and the woman comes out and you see a Christmas tree on the inside of the house, and she has a thing of cookies and is saying, Merry Christmas. That's what we've done. That's what we've done. We've squished them all. So it's the day after Halloween, not Thanksgiving. And a couple things. First of all, I want to say I'm Dr. Stephanie Fine. It's so fantastic to have you here. We're talking ounce of prevention. And before we get there, I wanted to touch on the idea that it's the day after Halloween. I was just going to say Christmas. I'm into next year, basically. And the most important thing you can do if you have leftover candy is get rid of it. Now, that's assuming you don't want to eat it. If you don't want to eat it, or you're saving it for this person or that person, really think about that and see if you are, or even if you are, that the danger to yourself, because it's something you don't want to do, is too big and it's time to get rid of it. So if it's what you want, if you don't want to eat the candy, make a concerted effort to get rid of it. Especially in the daytime, because in the afternoon and evening, it's a really hard decision to do that. So if you have the wherewithal to do it right now, or in a couple minutes, great. That's going to be the best time to do something about it. So that's candy for Halloween. We do have a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. I guess today's Thursday, so it's going to be in 3 weeks. Wow. Anyway, and we will be talking more and more about that. But today, in the ounce of prevention, I was talking about the single most important skill you need to have in order to have permanent weight loss. And what I mean by that is weight loss that is off forever. Forever. Now, you might think it has to do with food, or it has to do with exercise, or types of food, or timing. It doesn't. The most important thing that you can have for yourself is self-compassion. Now, the reason why that's the case is because you live with yourself 24/7, and things are going to come up. Remember, when we're talking about permanent weight loss, we're talking about forever weight loss. Body's the same size, you eat well in the day, and your body stays the same size. Year after year after year after year after year. Isn't that fantastic that it would stay the same? I mean, that's what we're looking for, right? Stability. And you can do that. And the most important thing is the self-compassion. So here's why. If something happens outside of life and it's very difficult, noticing it, being able to engage with yourself to say, this is a difficult time and this is how I'm going to handle it, either with or without food, it really makes a difference in how you treat yourself around it. If you see things in black and white, then there's no room for the self-compassion. You're either good or you're bad. You're on or you're off. Self-compassion allows there to be gray. And we need that for lifelong weight loss. We need gray because we need to be able to see, I had the capacity to do this today, Tomorrow, not as much, but the next day, yes. And then I'm going to examine what happened and be able to make different choices in the future. We need this self-compassion piece. And self-compassion is literally being kind to yourself. A lot of people have it where they can easily be kind to other people. I'm sure every single one of you can be kind to other people. I'm sure you are kind to other people. You may even be known for how kind you are to other people. That's often the case. The part I'm talking about is being kind to yourself. And the story I told in Ounce of Prevention was told by Chris Germer, who works with Kristen Neff in this whole self-compassion universe. And that's certainly one way to do it. Another way of doing it is really just practicing being kind to yourself. That loving kindness prayer or meditation will work. If you consistently are telling yourself, so that the tape in your mind is more about kindness than perfection, criticism, judgment, you make the loop that's in the background all the time. May I be safe? May I be happy? May I be peaceful? Isn't that just even saying that right now is calming? Like literally, if you just say that, it's hard to be worked up and say that at the same time. And then can you imagine if you loop it in your mind? Oh my goodness. I just loved that story because when he discovered it was that he needed to calm the shame, not the anxiety, right? So he was getting to the root of it rather than the symptom around it. That's what helped his public speaking anxiety. So I found that story really helpful, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. And connecting it to the weight loss because it's 100% a necessary piece of permanent weight loss. You can lose weight without it. You can do crash diets and, suck it up for 6 weeks and all that. But will it stay off? Not likely. Because we have to live with ourselves and our decisions and all that we're doing forevermore. And we need to develop that muscle. So it's real important. And it also, like I said, just feels better. It's so much better. So this is the sort of stuff I talk about when I talk to people about how to do this permanent weight loss. And we have to touch on this piece. It's just mandatory. So you can either do the meditation, you can check out the Center for Self-Compassion, or you can stick around because I'll be talking about it all the time. I love you. I just had this rush. And that's the other thing. When you have compassion for yourself, the compassion you have for others is so genuine and so effortless. And one point they made, because I watched a video that they were doing, is the point they made is that you don't get burnout. When people who are in giving professions, and they give and they give and they give and they give and they give, and there's not a reciprocal self-compassion in there, there's burnout rather than a flow of the self-compassion out to others. It's just an all-around good thing. So a happy day after Halloween. Get rid of all that stuff that's tempting for you. And I will talk to you next week. Share this video with anyone who could use a dose of self-compassion, kindness to themselves. That would really be great. Press the share button. And join our Facebook group, our private Facebook group, which is planforpossible.com. www.planforpossible.com. I will see you next week. Have a really fantastic one. Bye.